I'm back on Spider-Man 2, this time with the RTX 2070, and we're playing at 1080p at the medium settings. At least to begin with. Here we go with that. There's no RT for this one, because on the 3080 it was having a hard time, so on this card it's going to be even worse. Alright, let's see how we go, guys. So my 3080 with 10 gigs of VRAM, it was using up like 9 gigs I think, or 9.5 gigs at the very high settings, and with RT active it would get 30 FPS. And on this card, at the medium settings, it is using up 7.2 gigs out of 8, and the FPS is sitting at 70. That is pretty good, actually. I'm pretty happy with that, to be honest. 60 to 70 FPS. I will try DLSS as well, and with that, we should get probably 70 to 80, I would say. For the graphics, it isn't the sharpest at 1080p, unfortunately, but it does look pretty good still. Yeah, I think 1440p is just the sweet spot for these games. It looks so much sharper. I think with DLSS, 60 FPS should be doable. And we can use FrameGen as well with FSR3. On my 3080, it would keep crashing, so I couldn't try it out. But on the Ally, it did work fine. And it gave us like, I don't know, 20 FPS or something. It's pretty good. So you're sitting at 70 FPS. 60 FPS, GPU is fully maxed out for the most part. It can still fall down a little bit, but again, for the most part, it is being fully utilized. Can go over here and have a look at the little encounter. See how we go during a fight scene, but again, it should be just fine. Hello. Oh, what? Nice. I think the park is over here. So we can't go to the park yet. So we're just going to roam around here. But regardless, it's smart to give yourself a bit of headroom. Like 10 FPS or 20 FPS at most. In case of a heavy situation. Well, that's for 60 FPS. If you don't care about 60 FPS and you're fine with, I don't know, 30 or 40, then you can go ahead and play at the high settings or even the very high settings. But the VRAM requirements might be a bit too much at the max settings, which is the very high settings. Playing with DLSS now. And the FPS is now sitting into the 70s and the 80s. Almost the 90s even. For the graphics, a bit softer than before, I would say. It's definitely a bit softer. And to begin with, it wasn't very sharp, so it isn't really helping us here. But it is still playable, I would say. And to be honest, it does depend on your screen size as well. If you have a smaller screen, it will look a lot sharper. I'm playing on a 27-inch screen here, and I can definitely see the softness. Bonk. That's so funny, dude. Nice. Combat is just so fluid, man. Oh, dude, the brick just made him trip. I guess the box. Alright, last guy. There we go. Cool. That was pretty good, actually. I might just enable FrameGen as well and see how we go there. Hopefully it doesn't crash, but you never know, right? Let me go ahead and give this guy to the ambulance. The bed's already ready for him. That will cost you $10,000 for that single ride, buddy. Hope you know that. Alright, FrameGen active now, and we are sitting at 120 here. But sadly, the graphics have definitely downgraded a bit more. On the Spidey suit, the cars, there's a bit of graininess happening. And probably some ghosting too, but it's kind of hard to see if I'm moving fast. I think it's still good if you want to get 120 and more, but if you care about sharpness and clarity, I wouldn't use it. What's this? And the buildings over there are looking very soft, guys. Look at that. Like the brown building in the middle and the tan building on the left. Super soft compared to the buildings on the right. I mean, to be honest, up close, it isn't the sharpest anyway, so maybe that's just normal. So yeah, feeling pretty good. Can't feel any extra input delay. And it looks a bit worse, but again, FPS-wise, it is way better. So we gained like, what, 40 FPS from before? It's easily sitting into the 120s and the 130s. So 40 to 50 FPS from just normal DLSS. Okay, let's pause it here, guys. Play at 1440p and see how we go there. 1440p, no DLSS, no FrameGen. And we're sitting into the 40s and the 50s. But the graphics, man, they look so much better. So much sharper, so much more crisp. It looks amazing. If you can play at a high resolution, I definitely would. So even though it's 40 FPS and it isn't as responsive as 60, it just looks so much better. So if you can, I would definitely do it. And with DLSS plus frame gen, 60 FPS and more should be doable as well. I guess we'll see in a second. But yeah, 40 FPS so far, it's already pretty good on the controller. But going from, 120 with frame gen down to 40, you can definitely feel it. Yo, slow down, dude. There we go, got him. Okay, that guy's definitely dead, dude. I don't know what anyone says. This dude's a killer. Alright. Ooh, is that a slingshot? What is that? I think I might know what this is. Is it gonna send me up? Is it? Oh, yeah. That's sick. Go! Oh, that's sick, dude. So yeah, lowest point was around 34 FPS, but on average it is sitting into the mid-40s. Okay, let's pause it here, guys, enable DLSS, and try it again. And using DLSS, we're now sitting into the 60s, the mid-60s. So around a 20 FPS increase from before. Sadly, again, the graphics have downgraded. Definitely felt more grainy versus before. But still does look pretty good, I would say. And the sharpness is definitely there still, so yeah, 1440p DLSS is definitely the move for this one, if you can do it. If you can't, then 1080p, I guess 120 with frame gen, or just 60 with DLSS. But again, the 1080p, with upscaling, it does look way worse versus native, whereas with this one, it is definitely far closer to native than 1080p. Frame gen active, and we're now sitting at 100 to 110. So yeah, 100 FPS, can fall into the 90s, but overall it does feel fine. Can't feel any extra input lag on the controller. Not sure on keyboard and mouse, might feel worse, but on the controller, it feels just fine. Oh, I hear car. Is that backup? Oh, it's backup. Oh, he just rammed me too, that's crazy. What is happening? R2 would be nice, but it's cutting it too close, I think, for this card. Even on a 4060, I think. Using RT might just tank the frames way too much. These cards just need more VRAM, but I mean, just having 8 gigs is just not enough. Like on a 2070 it makes sense, I guess, because the card is from what, 2018? But on a 4060, or I guess the 5060, that's been leaked, having 8 gigs, I mean, come on, that's just greedy. Like on a 3060, you have 12 gigs. Like, come on, how are we going backwards here? But yeah, anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching, hope you guys enjoyed. For me, I'm playing at 1440p if I can, at the medium settings with DLSS, and for a bonus, you can use frame gen as well, and get some extra frames. If you're playing at 1080p, I mean, it's still good enough, I would say, but the image quality is definitely far worse with DLSS and frame gen. But yeah, regardless, 60 FPS is doable for this card, obviously, and it's a good time all around. So yeah, thanks for watching, if you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time for the next video. See you guys there.